Hello, good afternoon, my GPNP family, God's prodigy and property. It's your girl Royale, and I'm back with another banger, another word. Okay, so today's word, what we're talking about is don't let you being too comfortable be the death of you. Don't let you being too comfortable be the death of you. And a lot of you like, what you mean by death? No, I'm not talking about nobody gonna die or nothing like that. That's not what I mean. But what I mean is that sometimes God allows things to happen in our life to understand. Like we can be extremely comfortable. Say like we holding on to too tight a house, a car, a job, a relationship, um, anything that we're comfortable and used to that is not allowing us to evolve, elevate, or prosper and go into our next level, like our next destiny, things that could keep you stuck or bound, like mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, environmentally, professionally, um, things that are not nurturing your growth. And sometimes God will bring like a shaking or a shifting into your life to get you out of that comfortable phase that you're in. Because sometimes when we get too comfortable, get too stuck, we don't want to move because we so used to something and we are happy with the way things are. But sometimes in order for God to take us to the next level, he needs to shake things up and change things up a little bit. That happened to me a lot in my life, like where I wasn't used to change and I was always comfortable with things being the way that they were, and I didn't want to leave situations alone. And God allowed those situations to hurt me, like certain relationships and things that I was in or people that I was dealing with. Um, he had to expose real things in those situations for me to see what was happening, for me to be able to change. And sometimes change can be like so significant and so detrimental to us because we're not used to change. So, today's word is Isaiah 41 and 10. God is saying that, regardless of what He's doing in your life, the change that's about to take place, the shifting, the shaking, that He is going to do, that He's always with you. You don't have to fear, you don't have to be dismayed. I know it can be hard to like walk away from jobs, walk away from relationships, walk away from people or situations, but it's necessary for you to go to your next level where God wants you. Yes, life is about taking chances. It's not about what you did, it's what you do. Build on what you got and learn from what you lose. Never let anyone distract you from being you. Exactly. Yes, Marty McFly, you got it. Like, that is it. And that's another thing. I'm glad he spoke about that because a lot of times, like, when we're on our way to walking towards where God wants us to go, the enemy will also like send distractions or people to throw us off path, throw us off course to keep us out of the will of God. And that's where we use God's discernment and we ask Him for revelation and wisdom to help us to keep us on the straight and narrow and keep us on a good path. How are you? Welcome to my channel, God's Prodigy and Property. Um, Please drop where you're from and everything. Let me know where you're from and all of that. This is a real channel. I love over here. We're not no judgment zone. We ourselves over here. We real people. Okay. So, um, how are you? Hi, welcome, Marty McFly from Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, I'm from in case journey, as I told you all, I was like that where I was going through different phases in my life where God had to humble me, slow me down. All within like 6 months, I lost everything. Lost my businesses, lost my home, lost my career and everything. Thank you so much for your subscribe, you guys. If you like the word, please like it and share it. Thank you for joining my channel. And God brought me to a place of humbleness. But I realized that in that season of my life, Him getting me out of a state of comfortableness was for Him to take me to a better place and a higher place. He had to remove people, friendships. He had to remove jobs. He had to remove relationships. He even had to move me locations. Um, He had me move to a location. I went to prison and got out. And when I came home, he was like, pack up and move. He's like, there's nothing here for you. You don't need to be here. And I said, God, I don't have any family where you're sending me to. He said, you don't have any family here. He came to me straight like that. And he moved me. And when I was obedient and I moved to where God wanted me to move to, and I was obedient and I trusted him, all of the doors opened up. Everything that I lost, God had replaced it and gave it back. He gave me my business back. He gave me, the apartment, new love, everything. Everything that I thought I lost, God is replenishing and restoring it. I mean, at a rapid rate. I wasn't even in this new location that he gave me for 30 days, and he had already opened up the business. The second month, it was new love. The third month, it was a new apartment. The fourth month, it was a new car. And it was just blessing after blessing. He provided every single thing that I needed. It was a new job, a new schooling. So sometimes when we stay stuck in a comfortable situation that we're used to, the point I'm trying to make is we can halt what God is actually trying to do in our life. Okay? We can stop blessings, holding on to people and old things when God is trying to do a new thing. So the word for today is, if you feel discouraged, if you're scared to walk away from whatever it is that you're comfortable with, I'm going to encourage you to go seek God and apply Isaiah 41:10 and trust God with whatever that thing is you trying, like you need in your life, whether it's a job, the relationship, the ministry, the book, the business, whatever it is, the move, trust God, because I've learned that when I surrender to him and I let what I know and what I'm used to, baby, baby, my God that I serve, my God, okay? A wretched like me, okay? I'm talking about, before I got saved, y'all, I was nothing nice, okay? I could have been one of God's worst daughters down here on this earth, literally. You know what I'm saying? But God saved me, and I'm grateful that God saved me from myself, okay? When I started being obedient and I started doing what God asked me to do, and I started listening to him and I started trusting him with every area of my life, I'm so glad that I did. The title of my word today is, don't let you being too comfortable kill you. And I mean that literally. Do not let it kill your destiny. Do not let it kill your calling that God has for your life. Don't let it kill your blessings. Don't let it kill your self-esteem. Don't let comfortableness kill your mindset, your motivation. Don't let it kill your relationship with God. Like, for real, y'all. It's time to get uncomfortable. Get used to being uncomfortable, because a lot of y'all, God is going to shift y'all this season. It's going to be shifting and shaking, and you ain't going to understand it. My thing to you now is, start seeking clarity now. Start asking God for revelation and wisdom now. So when the shaking gets here, you can handle it. Because he's bringing a lot of people out of a season of being too comfortable. And because you're standing still and you refuse to move and do what he asks you to do, now the shaking is coming, because he only wants what's best for you. He only wants what's best for you. Okay? So, y'all get ready. Get ready. You can't avoid it. It's inevitable. I tried to avoid it. My walk with God, I'm going to tell you something. The greatest shakings that God put into my life, that happened in my life, that's where my biggest blessings came from. The more the enemy attacked me, the greater the shaking, the bigger the blessing. And I always say this. I always say this. With great pressure comes great promotion. And I mean that literally. I mean that in the kingdom, in your life, personal areas, in the spirit realm with God. A lot of people are on their way to graduating in the kingdom spiritually. And it's going to come a great shaking. For real. Like, and it's going to cause a lot of people to have to get uncomfortable from what they used to. It's going to cause a lot of people to have to leave their families, leave states that God's been asking you to leave jobs that God's been asking you to leave. Some of you, God been calling y'all into ministry, into business, telling you to leave your 9 to 5. But you so comfortable because you're worried about where your next meal is going to come from, how you're going to pay your bills. And this is where Isaiah 41:10 comes at. Do not be dismayed. Don't be afraid, for God is with you. He's with you. If he tells you to go somewhere and tells you to do something or asks you to leave something alone, trust that God is with you. He's going to stand in and intervene and provide you with everything you need. All the tools, he's going to provide you with everything you need. So there's no need to worry. That was 11:11 on the clock. Prior to that, there was 10:10, 8:28 from Romans. I'm watching all the times on here. Because God doesn't want you to worry. He doesn't want you to worry about anything. We so consumed with things on this earth, but it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all is his righteousness. All these things will be added unto you. All the wisdom that you need and the revelation that you need, God will give it to you. He will give you the blueprint for what he wants you to do. If you sit at his feet, God will literally give you the blueprint. When I step foot into the new territory that God is about to give me and give me the takeover, oh yeah, he started laying out the blueprint. He started laying out the plan. He gave me provision for the vision. Okay? 12:12. He gave me provision for the vision. A lot of times when God speaks to me through numbers, it's specific Bible verses like Revelation 12:12, Romans 8:28, Numbers 11:11, things like that. So that's the way God speaks to me. I don't do no tarot. I don't do none of that stuff. No. Numerology, no. I just know that that's one of the ways that God speaks to me. So don't let you being comfortable be the death of you. Because people being too comfortable, they don't realize they've been in relationships for years. For years. And missed out on that spouse that God has for them. Or they've been on a job for years and missed out on a place that God was designed for them to be, to give them a promotion or to make them a CEO or to make them the operations or the manager or the CEO of a company, because they won't leave a place of being too comfortable. If I could tell you, I wish I could turn back time so long ago from time wasted on jobs and relationships, just staying stuck in an environment, like living in a particular city too long and just waste time with the same decisions, same people, and making the same mistakes. I wish I would have got into my word sooner, build a relationship with God sooner. And the thing is, I grew up in the church, but I was a prodigal. I was a rebellious child, and it took God to do a severe shaking and humbling in my life, to sit me down, to take everything from me, to make me reflect on where I was going, and to show me how the way that I was going was on a road to destruction. So what I'm going to say to you all is, apply Isaiah 41:10. In Exodus 14:14, be still and know that the Lord will fight for you. Isaiah 41:10, don't fear, don't be dismayed. When the shaking comes, just ask God for revelation and wisdom, and don't let your comfortableness be the death of you, your destiny, your life, your situation. Comfortableness can kill a lot of things, and I'm not talking about physical death. I'm talking about spiritual. I'm talking about like professional, environmental. Like comfortableness can kill self-esteem. Comfortableness can kill creativity. Comfortableness can kill dreams. You know, comfortableness is a form of rebellion and stubbornness, especially when God is telling you to do something and you're refusing to do it. That's a form of rebellion. That's a form of stubbornness, pride, and ego. And what do they say? Pride goes before a haughty fall. When we don't listen and we don't move and we don't act and we don't do what God tells us to do, that's rebellion. And nothing's going to come good from that. So I'm here to tell y'all I'm one who have been through a life of many shakings, many things. I lost my business, lost a child, went to prison, went through so many things in my childhood that were traumatic. 32 years of trauma that is now that is just now being addressed from something so severe of losing a child. Years of trauma that happened when I was like 7 and 8 years old is now being addressed. God had to wake me up that way. Please don't let that be you. He's taking me back to a place where I refuse to visit. But in order for me to elevate to the next level, what he wants me to do, I have to go back there and heal from that and start over with that and go to the next level, to be able to go to the next level. Please don't be like me and have to go back and repeat and start at square one because you was disobedient and didn't want to listen to him. Now you got to go back here and fix this in order to get to this. Don't do that. Don't let your comfortableness be the death of you, please. And that's really all I have to say. You know, come out of that. If God is calling you to come out of that job, come out of that relationship, move out that city, calling you into a new profession, calling you into ministry, calling you to write a book, calling you to run a business, whatever that thing is that God has for you, he's telling you your time is up. You're done here. You're finished here. It's time for something new. Do it. Yep. And watch God bless you 1,000-fold. Because ever since I've been obedient, God has been opening doors. And I mean, they were rapid. I've never seen anything this rapid in my life before until I started being obedient. I've never seen anything this rapid. Never seen a quick turnaround like this ever in my life. So that's all I have for today. Thank you, my GPNP family, for tuning in. Like and subscribe if you want to share this word with someone else. Share it with them. If you want intercession or prayer, leave a comment in the under the video. Leave your name or inbox me on my email, which is posted on my main page of this channel. And yeah, I'll be back with another word. I ain't been on here in a while because I've been busy. But when God tells me and he releases me, I get on here and do what he tells me to do. Because guess what? I'm about my Father's business. I'm all about my Father's business. So thank you all for tuning in. You welcome, Marty McFly. Thank you for joining my channel and just interacting and vibing with me. I truly appreciate it. You know, I appreciate it. I'm not used to this live thing. You know, I was looking at God like he was crazy. Like, look, you want me to go live? Shy little old me? But he told me the calling and the gift is in my voice. So thank you all for joining me, and thank you. And thank you all for being here, and stay tuned for the next one.